And welcome back. And we're moving into our final segment for today as we're joined by representatives of the Belize Student Association of the University of West Indies on the 3 different campuses. We have with us this morning Janine Williams, who is the president of BELSA in Jamaica. We have Trina Palacio, who is the president in Trinidad and Tobago. And we have Martha Mejia, who's the president at Cave Hill in Barbados. Good morning and welcome, and thank you for being here.
Good morning.
So this is your summer break. You guys are on duty during summer?
Yes.
There was a resounding yes. Yes. Okay. So you accepted the responsibility of being a part of the Belize Student Association within your individual campuses. So tell us a bit about what your purpose and your objectives are as the head of the associations within the 3 different countries, right?
All right. Well, BELSAJ, the Belize Student Association of Jamaica, our goal is to help Belizeans studying in Jamaica comfortable transition from moving from Belize to Jamaica. So our purpose is trying to make Jamaica a home away from home.
Yeah. And anything different for the rest of you?
It's the same for the rest of us, and we just want to make everyone as comfortable as possible because sometimes it's a bit hard, especially if you feel like you're alone when going to another country. Yeah. So we just be there to be like little parents to make sure everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Important aspect would also be like we try to make sure that everybody in the different campuses know the positive presence of Belizeans as well.
Yeah.
Because if you check out some of those countries, the people don't know a whole lot about us because we're very different from the rest of the Caribbean.
That is very true. And so you reach out to the new students from now during the summer?
Yes.
Okay, those who will be traveling to the different campuses.
The UE Open Campus here provides an orientation information session, and that's there's one happening this Saturday. And Ms. Rock also provides us with a list of the incoming students.
Okay.
And we not only cater to the incoming one, but the ones that are there already. And our whole purpose is to try to promote our Belizean heritage, culture, and to keep it alive while studying there. We help with admissions, we help with, having that social get-together every now and again to make Belizeans know that, you have family over there also.
Now, how big are your individual student populations in your Belizean group, I mean?
Well, in Jamaica, we not only have the UE campus, we also have the University of Technology, which is UTech, the Nerman Mandela Law School, and we also extend to the BDF, soldiers and officers studying in Jamaica, studying or training at the Upcart Jamaica camp. Okay. So at the moment, I don't have an exact figure, but we have over 60 plus students and Belizeans studying over there.
Wow. And for Trinidad?
We have a tiny, tiny, tiny population of Belizeans there. But we do have approximately 25 people. Yeah. And we hope to have more. Sometimes we do have families that are in Trinidad as well, and we do extend to them as well.
Yeah.
And for Barbados, we have a larger number usually. Approximately each year it's about 80. Last year I think it was about 80.
Wow.
Yes, and more students are coming in, so yeah, we usually have to cater for a very large group, and it's what we try to do is try to have as much fundraisers as possible because we have to make sure we take care of their exam packages and welfare. Or if someone is in the hospital, we have to make sure we're there. We have just to be there for everyone.
Yeah. Now, what prompted you ladies to want to be a part of the student associations?
Well,
and not only be a part, but to lead.
Being BELSAJ has given me a lot. Last year was my first year in Jamaica, and I went over there alone. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. The person I knew that was there, she left last year. So it was all new to me, and it was really scary. So what BELSA try to do is to prepare those students who are going to understand and know what they're getting into, help them with whatever they need. I live on hall, so hall life is much more difficult than, you know, living at home with your parents, because you're home with a lot of different students from all over the world, and it's challenging.
Yeah.
So my personal experience prompted me to want to make sure that Belizeans going over there know that they can count on me, count on the BELSA team to help them get adjusted to the new school year.
Any different objectives for the other two?
I had a very similar experience, but I feel a little bit more than that, a little deeper in a way, because for me, I noticed that St. Augustine has the smallest number of Belizeans, and my adjustment wasn't horrible. It really wasn't, and BELSA did do a great deal for me. BELSA made sure I had someone to talk to. From I got there, I knew a Belizean that was there.
Yeah.
So as I stepped down, I was confident that I would be able to do certain things because I had somebody that was there who knew about the ins and outs of Trinidad, and so that made an easier transition.
Yeah.
But one thing for me is I thought it was pertinent that more people in Trinidad know about Belize.
Yeah. And that's always one of the things I think people who haven't been to the Caribbean don't realize. We know we very much identify as a Caribbean country.
Yeah.
And then you go into the Caribbean and everybody is like, where? What? Where's your island?
Yeah.
And you find that perhaps there's a lot more you can do to promote what we offer. Yeah. So that's also a part of your responsibilities. And what do you find to be the experience when you start to educate people, one, that we're not an island, two, the diversity that we do have within our own country versus what you see from the other countries at your school?
Normally they're extremely surprised because the minute they hear Belize and then we tell them we're in Central America and we also identify as Central American and Caribbean, they usually think that we're predominantly Hispanic.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'd have to tell them we have so many other cultures, and then when we'd explain to them we have Mayas, they are crazy over that and ask so much questions, and it's usually a very positive response to our diversity.
And UA provides a lot of events that we try to partake in every year. So for example, first thing that I and the association we're going to do as going back into the school year this September is that we're going to have Belize Week. And I've already emailed UA about that and let them know that from the dates from the 10th to the 21st, we're going to use that as Belize Week. The first thing we're going to do is have a lime, so all the new students and those that are already there can get to know each other. We're also going to do a chalk walk where we're going to paint the entire UA Belize.
Wow.
So we actually go and we draw our flag, draw our map, draw our different animals, and that's how it's something good because people don't know about, you know, the diversity of Belize, as you mentioned. We're going to also, that leads us up into Club Fusion, where every association and club get to promote who they are as a country or as a club, and we have displays. Our sponsors like BTB and NH, they provide us with a lot of stuff, flags, different pictures of different artifacts, just to educate people about it. And last year I met one of the queens from Jamaica, and she was really surprised about the diversity and culture that we have. Every event I tried to wear a costume so that I could try to show people what Belize have, and I try to explain to them about the Mayas, the Garifuna, the Mestizo, and they're shocked because they think, you know, for Jamaica, they only think of themselves as Jamaica and, you know, black people. So when I explain to them that we have Chinese and Mennonites and all of those, they're surprised and they really want to come and visit. Yes.
All right. So you have your first meet and greet this Saturday where you get to meet your new students. Yes. And I am very sure, when I think of Cave Hill, for example, you try to teach them how to survive on a budget in Barbados.
Basically, that is one of our biggest, we try to push that a lot because we need to give them tips. The safest people to catch a taxi with, which ZR to catch that there is no masa in Barbados. So you have to do
What
without.
ingredients you have to bring?
Yes, you know, bring your happy cow cheese, bring all of that. So
Seasoning.
yes, just the own seasoning, the Norcado. So we try just basically to let them know the different things that they need to know when going into another country, because usually you're so focused on trying to get a scholarship, you're focused on trying to get your visa, you're focused on getting there, and then when you get there, you just completely lost. Usually it's that for most of the students. So we need to be there for them.
Yeah.
That could be a very overwhelming experience.
Yeah.
Like if you could have everything together in your mind. Everything is perfect. I just have to get there. But when you get there, you're completely lost. You don't know what to do because you planned so much in a way and you didn't have maybe ganning. And so that planning kind of goes to waste. Because it's very much different if you take $1,000, this is just an example, and you take $1,000 and that $1,000 maybe that could last you 5 weeks if someone tells you how to spend it. But if you go that first day, like I had an experience last year.
You go to the most expensive shop first.
Yes, because that was close. It was very close, and I had asked the people at my hall, okay, where can I buy this? Where can I buy that? And they said, oh, Massey is right over there. And I get to Massey and I start calculating the prices and I'm like, oh crap, this is so expensive. But in your head, it's like, I already know these places are more expensive than in Belize, so you just jump on the bandwagon and you buy from that place.
Not knowing there are some corners.
Exactly, and that's why that is also a more important reason for the student associations as well.
And what we realize is not just the US students suffer through this. We know everyone who heads off to a university or college, they go through this. And what we try to do is particularly encourage more Belizean students to study in the Caribbean, to keep our labor force here, because normally there is a sort of hype that most people would like to go and study in the US when they don't realize that sometimes it's much cheaper to study right here in the Caribbean. So we try to push for that as well, to tell everyone, hey, you know, the University of the West Indies is here, they have great programs for everyone, you know, so we try to push the students to study right here.
And I'm sure, Janine, for you, you also have to talk about safety issues, because some people, many parents were sending their children, and the students themselves have different perceptions as to the safety, especially when we talk about Jamaica.
Yes, going there, that was one of the scariest things for me. I had to take a taxi alone, with all this cash on me, so it was. Safety is something that we try to bring up at most of our meetings. We try to do a buddy system, so if you live on hall, know which other Belizeans are on hall that you live with. Make sure that you check up on them every now and again. If you're going grocery shopping, my friends, they always make sure that I go with them. Whenever the guys are going out shopping, I tend to go with them because they could back the stuff. So I go with them. You
take the extra precautions that are necessary.
Don't walk alone. Don't carry cash. Try to get debit cards. If you're studying late at night, try to use the security services that the UWI provides. There's a security car that you could call. They could come for you and take you to your dorm. So just be safe.
All right, and do you also find yourself having to talk to some of the parents as well and put their minds at ease?
Sometimes. It's like this year we had one student was robbed when he was heading down to the gas station, and usually we have to try to contact the parents and let them know that, okay, this is okay, we're here for this child, because it's very, as a parent, sending your kid into another country, it's, of course, you won't be able to sleep. You're thinking about them, if they're eating, if they're telling you the truth that they're okay.
If they went to class. Do you also push them academically?
Yes.
Because some people, their first year in university, it's like
parties,
free paper.
They need to have a balance. You know, we can only be there to guide them, but they need to help themselves also.
Of course.
So academically, you need to know where you stand, and then there's a lot of events that you can attend, and it's be selective.
Yeah.
Go to few.
And there'll probably be one next year anyway.
Yeah. So if what you don't get to go to this year, there's next year. So
Yeah.
you know.
Like in Trinidad, a lot of people, once you've met someone who has met a Belizean student, they'll tell you, oh my God, Belizeans are so intelligent.
Yeah.
Belizeans do their work. Belizeans know what they're doing. And so we just try to upkeep that as well. And we would tell people like, okay, if you are studying something, like for example, when I got there, I was introduced to a Belizean that had studied economics. That's what I study. And I was able to talk to that person, get some tips from them as well. And that happens a lot for us.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you all stopping in. As you mentioned, you're still working during the summer.
Yes.
And you all are ambassadors as well for Belize when you are in your respective campuses. So keep up the good work and best of luck. Your event takes place this Saturday. Let's get the details.
As well, on Friday, the Belize Student Association at KFL, we're doing a ceviche sale. So we're begging everyone just come out and support us. We really appreciate people who sponsor us. The Golden Crisp Tortilla chips, they really help. BTB, Home Protector Insurance, the Caribbean Shrimp Company, they donated all our shrimp for the ceviche, and we really appreciate that. And if you guys want more details, you could visit our pages. We have pages on Facebook, and you could find more about that. Yes. So please do, and we just thank everyone.
Yeah. What we try to do over the summer is try to get a lot of funds. Luckily this year we've had donations from, for example, BELSA had donations from L&R Liquors, Old Master Rum, so they've donated a huge amount of cash to us. Impact Designs are making our t-shirts, so we look unified when we're attending any UE event, and we hope to get, the other sponsorship letters that we sent out, we hope to get a response from them. The funds goes a long way, and we really need the help.
Yeah.
On that note, I would just like to make one comment. If we asked you for help, please help us. If you can't help us,
you're not planning parties.
We're not planning parties. We're actually doing real work. We're trying to help our people.
We're feeding people.
Exactly. We're feeding people. We're doing different things. We really, really, really go out of our ways for people sometimes. We have events at the different schools. Sometimes you want to, there are associations. We're not the only association that exists at our universities. If we look bad, Belize look bad. We try to make sure our country looks really good. If you can't even help us, just say you can't. We don't eat people. And we would really appreciate just respond. It's not that hard. We're trying to just encourage everybody, and we might, to say the cliche, the most cliche sentence of all times, it's not about us, it's about more than us. And it might not help us right now, but it might help your child, it might help your cousin, it might help your future niece or something like that, because there will continuously be people going to study, and they may choose the Caribbean, and what we leave as a platform for them is what they will develop from.
Okay, well, ladies, I wish you the best of luck. Your meet and greet takes place on Saturday at what time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock in the morning. I hope that all the people you've reached out to for funds have paid attention to some of the work that you've been doing. And of course, best of luck with your work in your student association, and most importantly, with your academics as well. Right? We're going to go ahead and take that final break now, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap up. So stay tuned.